Rachel, my lovely wife. Do you know what year it is?
Of course I do. It's the year 2040. Why are you asking?
This is my last year in office as the president of our country.
So what are your plans in this final year? I mean, what are you going to do about the cost of living and the housing crisis? Are you going to raise taxes on the wealthy again?
No, I cannot do that. Since I raised taxes on the wealthy to 60%, there is a sharp decline in investment, the economy is not growing, and people are losing their jobs. Right now, I am looking at other means of helping the poor.
What do you intend to do?
Beginning next week, my administration will issue an official notice to all property owners to fill out a census questionnaire.
What is the reason for that?
My party wants to count the number of people living in each home. After that, I will sign into law that all property owners must offer any spare room in their house as a temporary shelter for someone who has nowhere to stay.
You are going to make a lot of people angry.
I don't care. You have to remember that it was the poor who supported me the most in the last election, not the rich.
What other plans do you have in mind to help the poor?
I am going to sign into law that anyone who has inherited a property or money from their parents or grandparents must pay a 50% inheritance tax.
Why do you want to take money from those who work hard for it and share it around?
Because I want people who depend on government assistance to continuously support our political party. So long as I keep people scared about losing the benefits they receive, they would never vote for the opposition party. This is why I like big government, so as to have more control over people.
Don't you think that you should encourage people to work and uplift themselves?
Now is not the time to do so.
Why?
For our party to remain in power, we have to keep people depending on the government.
If you keep thinking this way, your party will find it difficult to win voters who live in rich neighborhoods.
I plan to change that.
How?
Through government assistance programs, I am going to encourage the building of low-income apartments in those rich neighborhoods. Getting poor people to live in rich areas would tilt the balance of power towards our party.
Don't you think you will be criticized by the media for doing these things?
I am going to prevent that from happening by ensuring that my party only grant media licenses to companies that support my policies. I don't want anything negative to be said about me. Well, we have been talking for quite some time. We should go back inside now.
Okay.
Rachel, you look so unhappy since we moved into this 3-bedroom home. What is the reason for that?
Since your term as president ended, we are like ordinary citizens now. These days our names hardly get mentioned in the news.
What are you reading?
The mailman delivered this letter. It is from the government.
What does it say?
It says that we have to offer the spare room in our house as a temporary shelter for someone who is a refugee.
I do not agree with that. No one should be forced to do this. Who came up with such a stupid idea?
Don't you remember? It was you who signed it into law.
I regret doing that.
You also did another crazy thing, and you need to think about it.
What is that?
We have to make a will. Half of our assets will go to the government.
I was hoping that when the two of us die, our children will inherit all our money, but now we have to share it with the government. I never thought that the things I passed into law would one day affect me too.
Do you know what is happening in our country now?
I am no longer interested in politics.
Well, it is important that you hear this. Right now the national debt of our country is through the roof. We are being ruled by a totalitarian government. Our current president is from the same party that you were once the head of. Your name will go down in history as the one who established this regime. Don't look down. Why don't you come with me for a walk in the city so that you can see for yourself how things have changed?
I do not want to be seen in public.
Why?
I am ashamed. Some people may want to swear at me. I am not leaving the house.
Well, let me tell you what is happening now. Everywhere you go, there are cameras taking pictures of people. There is security everywhere. The local police force has been changed into a federal police force so that the government can control people through fear and intimidation. The younger generation is bored and unhappy. 1/3 of the population is suffering with mental illness. People are becoming submissive. They are afraid to say what's on their minds.
I can't believe this happened. I have destroyed the freedoms of my own children and grandchildren. Forgive me.
Why are you looking up to the heavens? Your party's anti-religious policies have caused more and more people to move away from their religion, to become secular humanists who want to shape their own lives.
Please stop. I don't want to hear any more of what you have to say. I am going to my room to relax.
Go ahead and think about how your party's policies wrecked our country.
Hi, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of my videos on a wide range of topics, please hit the subscribe button and click on the link in the description.